guys, okay, this is my version and my take on Deepika Padukone's Oscars 2023 makeup. I thought she looked so beautiful. She always looks beautiful, but this glam was like another level. And as soon as I saw the pictures, I was like, I need to recreate this. And I have to tell you, I love this glam. I will say that this video is probably a little bit longer than my usual makeup tutorials because I'm actually breaking down each step and like explaining it in more detail and also just sharing a lot of my beauty tips and tricks. So super beginner friendly. I hope you guys find this useful. And of course, if you do, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and now let's get into this glam. All right, guys, we're gonna be full of tips and tricks throughout this video, so just like get comfortable. We're gonna be here for a long time, I think. Anyway, I'm going to just get started with my foundation, and I'm using this one from Hourglass, and I'm using the shade Beige, which is actually a really nice color match for me. I also could mix in Amber, which makes this like it just kind of helps with the undertone a little bit, warms it up just a tad bit. But I actually think that this on its own looks really good as well. So I'm using it with kind of like a dense foundation brush like this. You can find this brush also from Real Techniques. This one I think is from Pat McGrath. But I love the foundation brush from Real Techniques that is affordable, high quality. Now I do have a little bit of discoloration on my eyelids as well. So I'm actually just gonna take the leftover foundation, not any additional product that's on my brush, and I'm gonna put that over my eyelids as well. And that's just gonna kind of help even everything out. Okay, now it's time for concealer, and I'm using a concealer that's a few shades lighter than my skin tone. Actually, I'm gonna get my contour stick and my concealer and kind of show you guys contouring and highlighting all together. So let's go ahead and highlight first. I'm using this Rare Beauty concealer. Again, it's a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but not also like too light. So it's perfect to highlight the areas that I want to highlight, which for me are underneath my eyes, as you guys can see, around my eye area, and also the bridge of my nose. Now I'm gonna take this product, which I love this so much. This is the NYX Wonder Stick. It's a dual-ended product. So on one side you have contour, and on the other you have the highlight. I do like the highlight, but I love the contour. So I'm gonna just go ahead and very lightly follow the top of my ear, okay? Like use that as a base, and I'm gonna just go ahead and apply a little bit of contour there. I'm also just not gonna bring it too close to my face area here because that's gonna drag it down and change the shape of my face, not really how I want to. So doing it up like this is the way you wanna do it. I'm also going to contour a little bit along my forehead. You guys know I have a very small forehead, so a little bit of contour there, not too much. And then for my nose contour, I'm gonna follow my brows and then just bring it down. Do this little trick right there, and that's gonna give me like a really snatched nose. I feel like nose contour is a little bit tricky, at least it is for me, but it is a lot of practice. Okay, now let's go ahead and start to blend everything out, and I'm gonna be using two brushes to do this. I'm gonna first blend the contour, and I'm using this brush, which I don't even know, it's from Itcosmetics, another great brand for brushes. And I'm gonna just go ahead and blend my contour up to give my face like a lifted look. Okay, and blend it back. Try not to blend your highlight there. And then I'm gonna blend that forehead contour as well. See how it just like so quickly disappears? I love this. Then I'm gonna take that same brush and I'm gonna kind of like squeeze it like this. And then I'm going to start to blend out my nose contour. Now again, I do think the nose contour is a little bit tricky and it's very easy to go overboard. It doesn't look natural. So just start off with like less product and then work up from there. That should just be like the one makeup rule for beginners especially, is like do less and then build from there instead of trying to remove the product. It's just easier that way. So what I'm doing here is again pressing and then blending back. And I'm also just gonna use my fingers to kind of help blend everything like this. Don't worry if it doesn't look perfect, it will look perfect in just 1 second. Okay, now I'm taking my other brush here and I'm going to start to like blend up my highlight. What's crazy is I actually really don't even use beauty sponges that much anymore. That's not true, I do sometimes still use them, but I think I prefer makeup brushes to just like do my makeup now. Also, one tip I remember learning from a makeup artist when I worked at MAC was your makeup application will change depending on where you hold the brush. Okay, so if you hold it very close to the actual bristles, you're gonna get a more like intense application. But if you hold it back and kind of just like use a lighter hand, you'll get a more diffused look. I think that's how she explained it. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend out my contour again, just to make sure everything is nice and blended. And then we'll go ahead and kind of like bring this out a little bit more with the powder, bronzer, and everything. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use some powder. I'm using this one from Maybelline. I'm almost done with this powder. I love it so much. I talk about it a lot, but it's amazing. And I'm gonna use a beauty puff like this. This one is from Amazon and it comes in a pack of so many. I'm gonna like leave these exact ones for you because these are amazing. So you just put your finger in the back, and I love that it has that point because that point gives you a lot of precision. So I got product or my loose powder on the tip of the sponge or the puff. And now looking down, I'm gonna press it underneath my eyes first. So I'm doing like a very light bake. Okay, what that means is I'm applying a lot of product, not a lot, but more product underneath my eyes than anywhere else on my face. And I'm gonna let that powder sit there for a minute. While that's sitting there, I'm gonna take a little bit more product and I'm going to start to also set my foundation and everything in place. I just go right over my contour and everything as well because it just sets everything in place without moving the product. I love this puff. I'm like, how did I ever do my makeup without this? Because this is such a game changer. It gives you like that beautiful airbrush look right at home with the products that you already have, just by adding this tool. Like, you need this tool. Okay, so I actually just took this contour brush that I use like every day. It had old product. I didn't add anything new and I just kind of defined my contour a little bit. Deepika's contour is actually not too much in these pictures. I will put a reference picture on the screen so you guys can see. It's like very subtle, so we're just gonna leave it here. But let's talk about her blush because their blush is so pretty. It's like a beautiful, like very natural coral peachy blush. And so I'm gonna actually use two blushes to replicate that. This is the Inner Glow Cheek Powder in Twilight Hour. It's such a pretty like peachy blush, as well as the Laura Mercier blush in the shade Chai. This is that perfect nudie, pinky, neutral blush. I love this, but I'm literally just mixing the two together and we're just gonna apply that on the apples of my cheeks. You can do like a little smile. That actually really does help because it like brings your cheekbones out a little bit, and then you just place your blush there and then you just bring it back. I always just like bring it back. So I'm covering this entire area here. When I tell you I'm always mixing my makeup, I'm always mixing my makeup. Okay, I did too much blush here on this side. So what I'm gonna do is actually take Studio Fix powder, very little product because this is full coverage foundation. I'm gonna actually place that right over it, and that's gonna pick up any extra product and just kind of even everything out. All right, this is yet another very important step, and that is to just set everything in place. Deepika has a beautiful, very natural, dewy look to her makeup. Right now, my makeup is looking very matte, very kind of flat. So let's just kind of add a little bit of that dewy finish. So I'm using the Max Fix Plus. You can spray so much of this, and somehow this magical setting mist will not mess up your makeup. Okay, makeup is pretty much all set and everything. So our base is done. Now let's move on to the eyes. And I'm gonna use this Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer. Actually, before I do my shadow, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Itcosmetics. I use this all the time. It's the Brow Power, right? Brow Power, yeah, Brow Power pencil. And I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in my brows. I will make my brows a little bit thicker than usual. Not too much, but a little bit, because Deepika has literally the most perfect brows ever. I'm gonna, again, show you guys the picture so you guys can reference it. But her brows are definitely fuller than I normally make mine. Okay guys, I've already done this eye with the shadow. Wasn't even recording, so we're gonna do this again. I love the By Mario Master Mattes palette. All the eyeshadows here are matte. They're beautiful. This is such a good practical palette that I recommend to everyone. I'm taking a combination of these two shades right here. This one and this one. Again, just like dipping back and forth. And then I'm gonna concentrate most of the color in towards the back of my eye, because I am gonna do like a very dramatic winged liner. And so this is going to really help with that cat eye shape. So again, most of the color stays towards the back. And then whatever's left over on my brush, not taking any additional product, I'm gonna start to blend that shadow. Very light hand, you don't need to press hard. Just blend it back and forth like this. And that's gonna give you this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful smoky eye, very similar to what Deepika is wearing. Okay, I'm just gonna focus a little bit more, add a little bit more product, focus it towards the ends of my eyes, and then just bring it back and forth, like so. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for my eyeshadow, at least on my eyelids. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do my liner first. So I am going to be using this new liner that I just got, the Maybelline Tattoo Studio. And I'm gonna create a pretty dramatic winged cat eye liner. Okay, we're getting closer to the final look. But yes, you do want a pretty dramatic cat eye. I will say with a cat eyeliner, it is a lot of practice. But over the years, I've just kind of learned how to do it. So I'm pretty fast at it now. But when I first was learning, oh my God, my eyeliner was a hot mess, you guys. What actually really helps is having a pen liner like this. It gives you a lot of control. It almost is like, feels like you're using a pen to draw your liner. So definitely get you a pen like this. But yeah, eyeliner is all done. Okay, before I do mascara, I want to show you guys a few other things. Again, this just like will make your eyes pop so beautifully. So I'm taking the MAC Soft and Gentle Highlight. This is actually a face highlight. But I remember back in the day, I would use this so much in the inner corners of my eyes. It just gives you that like fresh face look. Like, can you guys tell the difference between this eye and this eye? I bet if I had mascara on, you guys would really see a difference. But even just like doing this step without the mascara makes a huge difference. So, okay, the next step, I never ever skip whenever I'm doing like a smoky eye or any sort of eye look, because it really pulls the whole look together. And that is to apply eyeshadow underneath your waterline, okay? So I'm gonna be using, again, the By Mario palette, using the same two shades first, okay? Mixing them up in a tiny little brush like this, and following as close to my little lashes on the bottom. Now I wanna smoke this out just a little bit more. Again, very light hand. I'm gonna take this dark brown shade, okay? Very little product is all you need. Looking down, get as close to the lash line as possible. Just apply it there. You don't need to go back and forth a bunch. Less is more again. But it really kind of gives you that, like, it gives you a look like as if you're wearing eyeliner without actually wearing eyeliner. Next, I'm gonna use my lash curler. I just like to curl it like 3 times. You don't have to press really hard. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and use a mascara. I'm using the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. When I tried this, I was like, whoa, the hype is real. This is such a good product. L'Oreal, they know what's up. They do not get it wrong with mascaras. Also, don't forget your little lashes on the bottom. There you have it. See like the before and after? It's so good. I am obsessed with this. All right, guys, my camera is gonna die for sure in a minute, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply these Ardell Wispies off camera. This is number 420. I love these. They're not the Wispies. These are the naked lashes. They are amazing. I'll link these below. They're very inexpensive. I think they're like $9 on not Target. Amazon I saw, and you get like 4 of them. They're amazing, and you can reuse these. Guys, we are back, and I finished my hair, which I'm gonna put up in just 1 second. Finish my eyelashes, and now let's go ahead and finish off the lips before we like add the accessories and all of that. So I'm using this lip liner from Persona. It's a beautiful, very like medium brown neutral lip liner. I'm going to use this and kind of like outline my lips a little bit. Now Deepika is wearing a really like corally, nudie lipstick, so we're gonna kind of replicate that by using the MAC lipstick in the shade Down to an Art, but it's a beautiful shade. It's like corally, neutral, wearable, beautiful shade. I love it so much. And now I'm gonna use the Milani lip liner in the shade Saucy Toffee. And I cannot do my lipstick without lip liners. I feel like it just really adds like this beautiful professional touch to your makeup and makes my lip liner my lipstick look so much better in my opinion. Okay, one thing that I realized that I did not do, which I'm gonna do, is actually use a brown eyeliner, and I'm gonna apply the tiniest bit in my waterline because I actually don't think Deepika is even wearing anything in her waterline, but I want like a little something in my waterline, just a tad bit. So using this one from Urban Decay, and you don't need to like overly line your eyeline or your eyes, just like a tiny bit. Do you see that? You probably can't even tell the difference. It didn't do like that much of a difference. Can you guys even tell? I don't know. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and put my hair up. I'm just kind of trying to copy Deepika's hairstyle. Her hairstyle looked like so effortless to me. Okay, I'm gonna do this off camera, put on my necklace, and I'll be back to show you guys the final look. Okay, this is as good as it's gonna get with my hair, and it's like so messy, but whatever. Let's focus on the makeup, and I love this glam so much. I think it's such beautiful wearable makeup. I hope that you guys found this video useful with all the like different tips and tricks that I shared. I know it was a little bit longer than my usual ones, but I really wanted to break down each step for you, and I love this glam so much. It just makes me feel so beautiful. And yeah, I love this look so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I'm still over here uploading on YouTube, so it would mean the world to me if you did take a quick second and subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought of this look, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye! Mwah.